Welcome to the SMART Negotiator, my latest and newest book, which is covering and embracing the idea of using AI in the world of negotiation. Now, the book is based on a very interesting study we conducted and actually started research in AI in negotiation all the way back in 2019. And the most recent research is from just last year, where we were comparing a lot of negotiators using AI and then comparing them to negotiators not using AI. And the conclusion is pretty clear. Those negotiators who will be using AI will replace negotiators not using AI. That is a promise. So if you ever wanted to become a better negotiator, your time is now. This is your opportunity to improve your skills in negotiation, your ability to negotiate, and more importantly, create more value in negotiation. An important question to you: why do we negotiate? We negotiate to create and distribute value. I just repeat that message. Why do we negotiate commercially? To create and distribute value. So the big question is, what is it the book is covering? Well, the book is really describing and discussing where and how we can combine the skills of AI with the skills of you and I as human beings. And one of the things we have discovered is that AI can definitely help us in a number of areas in our negotiation. One of them is in our preparation. When you are read the book, when you're done with the concept, please don't, and you probably agree with me by then, please don't ever prepare negotiation again without the use of AI. Obviously, it requires we need to know what we need to, how to use AI in preparation. And obviously, it also requires specifically to know what is it we want to get out of that preparation. But preparation is definitely an area where we can utilize AI. Another area is discussing and identifying a strategy. And as I'll be explaining, the strategy is kind of key to any negotiation. And a question for you very quickly is, do your organization have an official negotiation strategy? That's a question I often ask my new clients, and very often there's an enormous amount of silence following my question, because a lot of organizations around the world, even among top major organizations, government and Fortune 500 companies, they don't have an official negotiation strategy. And they haven't defined a strategy either for each negotiation they're getting into. So one of the things the AI can help us with, and the book is discussing, is how can it support you in creating a negotiation strategy. Another thing it can do is helping us during negotiation. We are covering in the book and discussing as well how you could efficiently utilize AI during your negotiation. Now, this is a bit challenging because obviously it requires additional time, it requires talent, and often it requires one professional that is doing nothing but just sitting there doing the communication with your AI. Then a lot of people have been telling me throughout the years that if and when we negotiate with the use of AI, we remove emotions from negotiation. Some feel that is a good thing. Some people feel that's a bad thing. But I actually disagree with most people saying emotions are being removed, because quite often we can help ourselves by using AI, identifying emotions as well. So the book is discussing that topic as well. Then one thing that is very important is that it takes practice. You have to train before you negotiate. And think about it this way. If you look at the Summer Olympics that is happening every fourth year, if you look at one of the most prestigious discipline at the Summer Olympics, that's a 100-meter dash. Don't ask me why, but it's just one of the most popular and most rewarded disciplines at the Olympics. And what does it take for top athletes that is competing at the 100-meter dash at the Olympics to run those 100 meters? It takes them less than 10 seconds. And if you think about it, that's actually really, really fast. If you took a break from this video, walked outside, measured up 100 meters, and timed yourself, I can promise you, you will not even get close. Doing 100 meters in less than 10 seconds is really, really fast. Now think about what I'm sharing with you right now. Those top athletes that are competing every fourth year have been practicing for thousands and thousands of hours to bring their timing down to less than 10 seconds. They are practicing for thousands of hours to compete in less than 10 seconds. This is what I call preparation. So obviously, we have to prepare, as I said earlier, but we should also use simulations. And AI is the perfect partner to practice a negotiation before you actually step into that negotiation. So after you read the book, there will be no doubt in your mind that before getting into any important negotiation, you have to run a simulation. You have to prep AI to behave as your counterpart and then run a mock negotiation before you get into the real negotiation. We also know that AI can support us identifying our next best alternative, or BATNA as some knows it. We just call it next best alternative. So you need to know your walk away scenario. And what I am always addressing with all clients and students around the world is that before you step into a negotiation, you need to know your starting point, you need to know your threshold of pain, and you need to know your target. If you don't have those three things in place, you're basically disqualified to negotiate. And AI, again, can help you establishing these three very important foundations. Communication, I'm sure that you have been using AI as well to improve your communication, reading your emails or your letters just to make sure that the quality is there, the right wording has been used, or at least the grammar is in order. So AI obviously is the perfect communication assistant, and it can definitely help us improve communication in negotiations as well. And then last but not least, it's the perfect tool to review the outcome of a negotiation. We use it tremendously with tremendous outcome already to evaluate contracts draft, to identify variables that should be negotiated, to look at proposals, to do everything we can to review an agreement before perhaps even the final contract has been signed. So these are all the areas that the book is covering and discussing how you can efficiently use AI in negotiations. Now let's backtrack a moment. So who am I? Well, my name is Keld Jensen. I got a doctorate in negotiation with a focus on AI and trust. So that means that I've been studying and researching the use of AI